Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Wolf. Welcome to the Wolf Den Trader Takeaways. We had, what a day today, actually. We had a big runner today, MLNT. Everybody knows about this one. Even the guy working the rides at the carnival is trading this thing on Robinhood, right? Everybody knows about this. 85 million shares traded. Wow. This thing is massive volume, massive uptrend. We'll get into that in a second. ARQL, we also traded that. Let's just hop right in it. Bam. Excited today. Even though my executions are not that well, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a dynamite takeaway. So let's just start. Let me paint the picture. Jumbotron, please. Let me paint the picture for you guys on this one. All right, here's a 5-minute chart. Look at this strong trend, right? We didn't have a first trend break until after 12 o'clock. This thing was just massively strong. But let me paint the picture. Let's go ahead and hop over to the 3-year chart and just look. This thing is trash. Look at how trashy this is. It's bad. 221, 1 for 5 reverse split. Look at that earnings per share. $4 a share, right? 250 a share per quarter, right? So anyway, this thing is just, you can see it. We already know what time it is on this. You want to enhance? There you go. Look at this. This thing is trash. So now let's hop over to the news. I want to paint this picture for you guys. Now, yesterday we closed at $1.98. 11.7 million shares outstanding puts the market cap for MLNT at $23-24 million. Okay. Now, they don't have any active, or they don't have any overhead supply that I saw. I did a quick skim on it. They do have an S8, which is warrants or securities available for employees. I don't normally factor that in, but they did have some stuff at 325 area, but that was not really in factor today. So anyway, based off my thesis with this strong market cap close, putting them at, they close at around 80 million, or they hit 80 million about 7:30, right around this area, puts them out of IB6, their domestic company, out of IB6 restriction. Now they have a full 1 year to dilute based off of the shareholder equity meeting, not off of 1/3 trailing 12 months dilution off the MVPHS. What a mouthful. All right, got that out. Now, let's look at the news. 7:30 in the morning, news is just lighting up. 7:30 in the morning, they announced the FDA acceptance of a new drug, right? Hit it again. They're saying that they have this new drug coming out. I think there was even some phase 3 somewhere in here. They're sneaking it in. So I do a little bit of digging. I pull it up. What's really going on? Okay. So they seek to include, this is a little bit deeper into the news, they're seeking to include adult patients with on the demographics of a drug that's already out there. And then I look a little bit deeper. In 2017, FDA already approved treatment of adult patients for this drug. So this news is super fluffy, like a panda bear at a tea party. Super fluff. What's going on? So I already have a strong short bias, but what trumps every bias and every news is the price action. Let's take a look at the price action. So this was a monster of a trade today. This was the biggest red of the month, and it's embarrassing. But we learn from our losers, and if you guys can learn anything from this, it's worth it. So here we go. I'm attacking 391. I have my first level. Actually, 391 is here. I attacked this at about $3. I cut like normal. Everything is fine. Now I have a, excuse me, a 391 thesis, which I attack it. I size in normal. Everything is good, except for right here. Where is the stop loss? Now I get lazy because my stop market routes are not triggering in pre-market, as you guys know. Stop markets, stop limits, they're not triggering. So for some reason, I'm just going to let this float up and then start shortening it at 450. Nah, that's not how we trade. This is very, very dangerous, and I do not, this is embarrassing trade. I mean, this is terrible. So we get up in the bell. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. We open up, and we finally start to see a little bit of weakness at the open, which I like. First, we come down. I trim. probably about a third of the position, right at where my average is. And then we get a nice pop. A lot of people are adding on this. Now, this is an A-plus setup for a majority of traders who are short sellers, right? We make a new lower low, or we double bottom, but we have a nice pop. So I'm hitting this and trimming. Now we start to curl up right here, right under VWAP. This thing just kind of rested, right? It was like the quiet before the storm. I put on a feeler, and then we come up to pre-market highs, and that's when I size in. Now, that's fine, but boom, where is the stop on this? Come on, 465. I got to cut this position, and I got to cut it fast. Now, I've been harping on these takeaways that we put the risk on, and we take effective measures to take the risk off. Not today, man. I was just not in my normal zone. Maybe you might be able to hear it in my voice. I'm not feeling well. I'm sick, but that's no excuse. We don't make excuses. I don't know what to say. This is not my style of trading. Learn from this. Don't do it. This was the biggest red day of the month. This is serious business. Okay, so I should have cut here. I did not. Now, I did go heavier on the size here, which was not part of the plan, so this is not okay. But I add a majority of my size here to bring my average up. And thinking that we're still in an uptrend, I have targets out in front of the tape above 465, which is fine. Now, I'm not even too upset that I missed this because we're still in an uptrend and I'm protecting myself. I'm happy with that. I'm risk adverse at this point. Now let's see how we trade from here. Now, I still haven't used a hard stop since market open. You think I would get my shit together and try to figure this out, but I start to use 520 right here, this small mini consolidation. We had massive volume right here. So there is, regardless of the time length that there is, from 9:45 to 10 o'clock, so a 15-minute consolidation. This consolidation could be 1 hour long. What matters is the amount of volume. Volume is the integrity of the chart, in my opinion. How much volume is there equals how much resistance is there. Okay? So I'm using this 525 previous support acting as resistance now. Now I'm starting to calm down a little bit. You can tell I'm just kind of pumped up. This was a terrible trade. This is not my style. This is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed right now. Okay, so boom, top tick, $5, looking good, coming down. I don't like these wicks off VWAP. We're not even touching VWAP. We're just showing strength right here. We're coming up now. Marketing in on the backside of the push, right? Everything is micro. Looking at this as a micro configuration. Here's the front side of the push, and here's the back side of the push. So I'm hitting it backside. My average is cool. My average is real close to $5. And I don't have a stop out. I don't. I'm thinking like, what was my stop? Okay, I was using this, but I was using mental stops, and that's what got me today. It really did. I'm gonna go actually take a break and just go lay down in my bed and cry in my pillow. All right, never mind. I'm back. So right here, look at this, 518 to 520. I threw on some good size right here. Now I'm feeling good because this thing wicked right away. Wicked down. Below my average. I got some size. I'm in the red from before, in red. Not too bad, but I'm in the red. So I take a nice little chunk off, and I believe I was close to break even, feeling good. Time to get a little bit more aggressive. In my mind at the time, I'm thinking, let's get aggressive. My ads are good. I'm reading the order flow, waiting for buyer exhaustion to either limit in or market in, but I'm catching wicks. Now, 525 was a beautiful thing, but once we broke it right here at 527 or 530, that's even 5-cent latitude, 532, whatever. Throw the stop on. Look at this huge push. What's the range on this? It's 50 cents. That's money. That's milk money. All right, lost right here. This is just bad. This whole consolidation I should be looking at this from a spectator point of view. Now I'm on center ice with my pants down, feeling bad, waiting to get out, begging, praying to the trader gods, just get me out, please. Just this one time, right? This is embarrassing. So at this point, we did have a trend line. So from right here, I drew a trend line. Let's just draw it. Right here was my trend line. That's how I TP'd right there. I got a partial fill and then a partial fill. I got pissed off. I pulled the order, but those are 2 partial fills. Oh, it was just one of those days. So we come down. I'm watching this. I'm thinking that was enough of a downside move, enough weakness to possibly entice other shorts to jump on this losing trade with me, and let's take this thing down, right? Really what I should have been looking at is the volume. So at this point during the day, I think we're trading 35-40 million, which is ridiculous. We haven't seen this type of volume since ATOS. And there's a few more that had that 80 to 90 million machine traded. Masterpiece really is what it is. So this guy flipped a switch today. I'm fairly confident that that's what this is. I'm not guaranteed. I'm not a quant trader, or I don't have those type of abilities, but I can read order flow, and it's not just one guy clicking these buttons. Okay, so here we go. Where's my stop? Right here. I need to stop at 571 right here. I haven't used a hard stop all day, so why would I start now? This is embarrassing. This is not trading, guys. This is terrible. I don't even want to release this video, but we learn 10 times more from our losers than we do our winners. So hopefully this will inspire other people not to trade as poorly as I did today on MLNT. So not cutting here. I'm just going to let this thing ride. It's just going to float up on this hot air balloon, and I'm just going to pay everybody except for myself along the way. Again, we're making big moves here. So this entry right here was at 558. Now I'm going to go ahead and re-enter at 637. So that's like 85 cents. But then I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of profit here. 6 cents? So you can see that emotions have taken over my soul at this point. Now I'm not the professional wolf, smooth, systematic operator of my thesis. At this point, I don't know. This reminds me of when I first started trading, just clicking buttons on Robinhood and looking at the P&L. This is terrible. Again, no hard stop. Okay, now this is on the backside of this expansion candle. So the stop needs to be at the break of the entry trigger off this candle. So I should have already had a hard stop out at 650. Right? 651, 652. Where's the risk adversity, right? Where's it at? It wasn't on my screen today. So here we go again. We're just grinding. This thing is just like a torturous price action. I shouldn't even have been in this trade from the beginning. 4.6 million shares traded in pre-market, and I want to short this thing all day long without hard stops. What a day. So here we go. We're chopping around right here, and then we get the first decent flush. Now we're looking at 680 to 610, 72 cents on the flush. Now at least I do know how to read the tape a little bit. Our moderator Elliot crushed this too. I think he even got under me. Fantastic. Elliot is he's learning those keys as well. So I take off a good chunk of the position. Right now I'm working with a 501 average, I believe. Actually, I'm working with a 4.826 average, which is terrible. Now, this is terrible. So at least I'm saving a little bit of risk right here. Still carrying a position. I know after these ads right here, my average was $5.02, which is ridiculous. But I'm starting to get out. I need to get out of this position. So now I'm trying to do an advanced move, which is to add at exhaustion and add at wicks, and then I'm trying to scalp a losing position to regain my dignity, basically. This right here was a good move. I like it. It looks good on the chart. I'm still in a losing trade, but we are. The 15-minute candle right here too. Let's look at the 15-minute. So we had a doji candle here, doji candle here. This gave me confidence finally. At around 7:05, we had a little bit of a shift in my opinion. I noticed it. I was watching this tape all day long, and I think that's when we were backside. I didn't want to touch it here, but I did start to get in finally on the right on the right part of the trend. With like 10 minutes left in the day, I'm finally trading this thing correctly. I did have stops out at this point too. I finally put a stop out at 678 or 681, right around there. Here I am scalping, and then this wash right here is just me trying to get out from this 501 average. These exits are 582, 613, 617, 625. So I got out about 3/4 of my position from this, and I'm still holding. That wasn't the plan, not to hold, but I'm holding 1/4 of my position with a 502 average at the mercy of the market. But this thing does have a market cap, which is now, I couldn't get the non-affiliate public float. Also, let me mention that too. Post reverse split, which was 221. I do not have the non-affiliate, but the market cap off the outstanding shares is sufficient, so they are not IB5 restricted as of right now. Okay, terrible trade. Let's move over to a winner, please. ARQL. Now, ARQL, we've been talking about this from the beginning, and this is day 4 of the push from $6. If you looked at yesterday, we were talking about a possible head and shoulders reversal pattern on the higher time frame. Let's go ahead and pull that up on the 15-minute chart. Here it is. So we had a push from 2 days ago in the morning, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So not only did I have a $10 thesis, which I did have on, was that Monday? This day. But I also had the head and shoulders reversal pattern. Now, it didn't pan out exactly, but I didn't try to chase it. And I had the two confluent theses, so I sized in. Now, I waited all day for this. I put these orders out around market open, and I just waited. I caught this 74, 72. Caught this 73. I noticed some strength. I got out. Now, this is when I was trading, desperately trying to figure out how to trade MLNT. So I didn't give too much attention to this, but I did walk away a winner. This was small size, and I was just mainly using passive liquidity. And I missed this because I was in such some monstrosity of a trade, but I did exit. This trade is not too bad. Continue to look at this trade for future downside. Let's see how it reacts to this $10 level. So the over underline for me is $10. I'm sure it's the same with many other traders. Hopefully we'll have a better day tomorrow. This was a big red day. Let's see what the runners are. So not too many runners today because we had so much action, but we did have VUZI. MLNT we went over, and ESTR. ESTR had a nice little push. The volume wasn't crazy, but it's on watch for tomorrow. Also, we had KERN, which is a cannabis IPO that just exploded today. You might want to check that out. I'm going to be doing some research on that. The outstanding shares is very small relative to the market cap, but should be in play tomorrow. I think it just went from like $25 to $80. Shout out to my buddy Robin, who shorted it at 74. All right, guys, thanks a lot for taking a look. And if you guys want to, come help me in the Wolf Trading Discord channel and teach me how to use hard stops. Right here, man, we have open enrollment, and we're looking for other talented traders to come in, bounce theses, share ideas, fundamental analysis, and overall just looking to get 1% better every single day. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time. Take care.